Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2006 Fighting Robots UK Heavyweight Championship. This is the third championship to be hosted by Roaming Robots, and the largest to date since Robot Wars Series 7 in 2003. Now, these championships are a little bit different to the previous two championships hosted by Roaming Robots. The previous two were held as part of the Winter Tour, with robots battling it out in qualifier shows held throughout the country, hoping to gain enough points to make it through to the finals in Doncaster and Folkestone respectively. This year, things are a little bit different, with the championships being part of its own unique event. 48 machines have gathered at Wicksteed Theme Park over the August bank holiday weekend in 2006, where they're battling it out in heat groups of 4 machines each, hoping to earn enough points to battle it through to the knockout rounds. In each episode of this championship, you'll see 4 robots battle it out each week, hoping to gain enough points to get through to the knockout rounds. You'll then see later on the knockout rounds as well. Without further ado, let's meet the 4 teams battling this week. Each week, one seeded machine is joined by 3 non-seeded machines, and tonight's seed is seed number 2, the 2004 UK Fighting Robot Heavyweight Champion, Terrorhurtz. They're joined by Knightmare, an old machine with a new team, Hard from Belgium, and stalwarts of the UK Championship, Velocirippa. First up tonight, it is the 2004 UK Champions Terrorhurtz against the Belgian Hard. But before we get into that battle, let's meet the amazing builders behind these teams.
Hi, we're Team Hertz. This is Terrorhurtz. He's Nick.
He's John.
And apparently we're fighting Hard, a Belgian robot in the first round. We haven't seen much of it. We'll have to have a good look at him before the fight. But we're here and we're looking to do some damage.
Okay, hello there. My name is Frank from Team Compactory, fighting with Robot Hard, and of course defending the colors of Belgium on the UK Championships.
So the first battle of the 2006 UK Championship is off and underway, and it's that mighty axe of Terrorhurtz, who is already swinging down repeatedly on top of the Belgian machine Hard. We're going to see if they're really hard, but right now they're venting CO2. They're CO2 venting all out of that robot all over the arena. Terrorhurtz causing major damage, and I don't think Hard will have any use of that flipper, that full pressure flipper that they've got. I think now they're just a brick. And Team Compactory, they're going for the pit release button here, but they've got a real job on here to try and defeat Terrorhurtz now that they've not got an active weapon. Terrorhurtz romped to the finals in 2004 and won the championship. They then got to the final last year and came runner-up to Chronic, who we'll see later on in the season. But right now, all focus is right here, right now, on Terrorhurtz, who is pushing hard towards that pit. Couldn't quite do it. Down comes the axe again. And again, repeated axe blows. It's one of the most punishing robots on the live circuit, Terrorhurtz. Seed number 2 for this championship. And Hard looks a little bit punch drunk. Terrorhurtz now manoeuvring them, using the wedge. They don't need to use that axe anymore because they've done the damage, and Hard is sort of just meandering around as Terrorhurtz pushes them towards the pit of oblivion. It's an opening win for Terrorhurtz. Well, they got the job done early here, really. This axe blow, thwack, and all the CO2 just venting out of the machine. Major damage caused by John Reed and his incredible machine. And Hard from there, well, they had to rely on pure push. They went for the pit, perhaps a little bit confident, but really it was all Terrorhurtz, and in the end that wedge of Terrorhurtz, just as dangerous as their axe, pushing Hard into the pit.
Terrorhurtz just punched through one of the pipes where the gas runs through, so we lost all our gas from one of the first shots. That was all the smoke we saw.
A member of Team Harge telling us there what went wrong with all the CO2 venting out of the machine. Hard slumps to a first defeat. Terrorhurtz picking up the win. The next fight, Knightmare against Velocirippa. Let's meet those builders before we get cracking.
Hi, I'm Alan, this is Knightmare and we're at the UK Champs.
And I'm Terrorhurtz, I'm from Team Mouse. This is Velocirippa and we're at the UK Championships and hopefully we're going to do well this year.
Well, with Terrorhurtz in this group, picking up a win in your other fights is going to be absolutely crucial to progressing. And here we have Velocirippa got to the finals in 2004 as they're thrown over there by Knightmare. You'll have recognised them as Raging Knightmare back in Series 7 of Robot Wars. They have a new owner for the UK Championships now in Alan Young, who's got experience with Merlin, his other machine. He is a very experienced competitor, and this is a very good machine that only Tornado could stop back in 2003. Right now, these two machines manoeuvring each other. As Velocirippa gets a huge flip on there, and Knightmare self-rights, or tries to self-right. Velocirippa with a good blocking action, another little flip, and Knightmare is now perched on its side. Can Knightmare self-right? Velocirippa flips it back down onto the arena floor. Now it's a piggyback time here for Velocirippa, who's being shoved in reverse, and out they go. Well, an early flip from Knightmare. Velocirippa rolled over thanks to its fantastic design. Then Velocirippa came back into it strong, stopped by Storm 2 in 2004. This was a fantastic manoeuvre, flipped over Knightmare. Knightmare tried to recover. Velocirippa stopped them. They fell back onto their back. And then, as they were self-righting, look, a little flick. Knightmare stuck on their side, and you feel that if Velocirippa had left them, I don't think Knightmare was self-righting there. No, look, see, they're trying to self-right. But Velocirippa helped them down, and it was the big error of the fight, really, as they ended up with a piggyback ride on Knightmare, who turned around, and it was a fantastic piece of driving. I've never seen anything like it. Alley-oop, over and out. What a flip. Knightmare with a back flip on Velocirippa, picking up a massive win. Next up for Knightmare is a battle against Terrorhurtz in a top-of-the-table clash.
3, 2, 1, activate!
This sets the tone for the rest of the heat. The winner of this will have the advantage of progressing to the next round as these top-of-the-table teams collide. And Terrorhurtz coming in swinging really early on here. Knightmare moving away. They need to get underneath that front of Terrorhurtz, but they're not able to do so. It's a battle of the ground clearance, and Knightmare has lost it from the evidence of that. They're going to have to outmaneuver Terrorhurtz, and they're not outmaneuvering them right now. They are wobbling. Knightmare look like they're really struggling as Terrorhurtz comes in, looking to box them into the corner. Terrorhurtz, oh, and there we go. This is the start now, really getting in on the body. And Knightmare look like they're having a nightmare here as Terror causes hurts, and they're going to be counted out. Terrorhurtz once again causing a knockout in the UK Championship. Well, Knightmare tried to get underneath, they just couldn't. And this was the moment where the fight really changed. Terrorhurtz finally got those shots on the body that they were looking for throughout the battle. Pushed Knightmare against the arena wall. It was a world of hurt for Knightmare. Just no way you can defend that. Knightmare going to be waking up with a hangover in the morning. They fall to their first defeat. It's do or die time now for Velocirippa and Hard in our next battle. So, has Hard repaired the damage from Terrorhurtz? Velocirippa straight in there, throwing the Belgian brick over and out, but they've self-righted, so good. That flipper is working. They are back in it, are the Belgians, but Velocirippa with the early point scoring here. Velocirippa wanting to pick up a win before they take on Terrorhurtz. Manoeuvring away here, the robot from Clifton in Nottingham. Underneath the Belgian Hard. Both machines looking to get their flippers in underneath. Velocirippa with 2 successful flips so far. Hard with none just yet. But they're in underneath now. Oh, they couldn't fire the flipper. We've moved on to a bit slightly later in the fight. And Hard being placed under the arena hammer. A new obstacle for this season in the championship. And Hard with a recovery flip. Flipping over Velocirippa, whose flipper wedge appears to be stuck. But Hard don't appear to be moving. Or they're twitching. They're twitching. They're not moving particularly much though. Some kind of ground clearance issue perhaps. As Velocirippa hits the pit eventually. Well done, Velocirippa. Hard is back in the fight. They're moving again. Velocirippa's flipper stuck in the upward position. It's now being used as a battering ram. Hard has stopped moving again. Come on, Hard. Get moving. They're being shoved towards the pit here, and it could be the second fight in a row that Hard ends up in the pit. Velocirippa maneuver, come on. This big dinosaur. Not as quick as the actual Velocirippas of old. Velociraptors. Me tripping over words. As Hard are going to be edged into the pit of oblivion. Alley-oop. Finish with a flourish. Their flipper might be working. Their wheels are not. Hard in the pit. So let's have a look at this fight. The first attack immediately. That was a fantastic flip from Velocirippa. Throwing Hard over. And we wondered if Hard had fixed their flipper. Oh, they did. Look at that self-right. Fantastic. Another little flick there from the big blue dinosaur that is Velocirippa. And then they pushed Hard. At this point we're having drive issues towards the hammer. First time we've seen this particular obstacle, but Hard threw Velocirippa over. He then was like, forget this. While Hard is still dangerous, went and pushed the pit button. And then Hard pushed into the pit, eventually, by Velocirippa. I do appreciate here the little manoeuvre and flourish. The back into the pit. Splendid. Hard by name, soft by nature. Hard are out of the championships for this year. Next up, it's Terrorhurtz against Velocirippa.
3, 2, 1, action!
The equation is really simple for Terrorhurtz. Win this fight, and they'll be through to the knockout round. If Velocirippa wins, it opens up all kinds of permutations, and Velocirippa have thrown Terrorhurtz over early here. They've recovered, but it does mean that Terrorhurtz are on the back foot currently, although they've now got their axe embedded in the skull of Velocirippa. That is ghastly. They've been separated now. And Terrorhurtz is going to look to get that axe stuck in Velocirippa once again. Bang, 1 hit, 2 hit. Pushing Velocirippa towards the arena hammer. It could be death by hammer, a hammer sandwich. Velocirippa manoeuvring away, but they can't get that far away. The pit button has been pushed. Does that mean the pit will go down? I think it will go down imminently. Terrorhurtz chasing Velocirippa across the arena floor here. Looking to get that axe in, and they've roly-poled Velocirippa over. And now Velocirippa stuck on the arena wall. They're moving backwards and forwards, trying to shake themselves free, but I think they've sat and landed in a position that's just good enough to get them stuck. And Terrorhurtz now coming in with a slam. reversing. Bang, and again. Oh, look at that. And now, oh, they're right into that fiberglass shell as the judges decree that Velocirippa are immobilised. And they're actually stuck together. But it's going to be a Terrorhurtz win. What a fight. And we were saying earlier on, Velocirippa might be able to win this. They flicked over Terrorhurtz to begin with. The 2004 champion in problems. They did self-right. And then they really took out their anger. First, this massive axe blow. The axe stuck into the fiberglass shell of Velocirippa, which has taken plenty of punishment over the years. Locked together in a deadly embrace. I believe they probably had to be separated there. Then, after a little bit of chase, a roly-pole axe blow over, and Velocirippa found themselves stuck on the arena wall. And then this slam, oh, diabolical. Wonder how long it took them to separate those two after this fight. So, with 3 wins out of 3, it is Terrorhurtz progressing on to the knockout round. Knightmare versus Hard was the final fight of the group. There is no footage of that fight, however, so I will tell you that Knightmare picked up the win, but it doesn't really matter as they'll only finish second in the group. So it's Terrorhurtz axing their way on to the quarter-finals. We'll see you next week for Heat B of the 2006 UK Heavyweight Championships. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe so you are updated every time we upload a video. Thank you very much for watching. Good night.